This really works. Energy's up, LBS down. I mean, that's a pretty powerful hook, right? It's simple, it's direct, and it promises exactly what people want to hear. This is the first thing you see on the official website for a supplement called Mitolyn.
Hey, welcome to our explainer. So today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're not diving into the science of a product. Instead, we're going to deconstruct the art of the pitch itself. And we're using the website for Mitolyn as our case study. We're going to break down their entire persuasive playbook, from that very first hook all the way to the final sale. All right, so part one is all about the promise. See, every great pitch starts here. It has to. They find a problem, maybe one you didn't even know you had, and then boom, they offer up the perfect solution. So let's dive in and see how Mitolyn sets the hook. They kick things off with this question, and you gotta pay attention to the words they use: new and shocking. Right away, this tells you it's not just boring information. No, this is a secret, something you've been missing. It's a totally classic way to build intrigue and make their product feel like some kind of massive breakthrough. So what is this big secret? Well, to make their claim feel legit, they bring out the big guns: Harvard scientists. This is a classic persuasion tactic. It's called an appeal to authority. Just by dropping that prestigious name, they make everything that follows sound way more credible, and they haven't even shown us a single piece of data yet. And here it is. This is the factor they're pointing to: mitochondria levels. The whole argument gets boiled down to this super simple black and white comparison. Overweight people, low levels. Slim people, high levels. It's so clear, so easy to remember, and that's exactly the point. Now, obviously not everyone's walking around knowing what mitochondria are, so they define it for you. And this is actually pretty clever. They call them little engines. Think about that. That simple analogy does a ton of heavy lifting. It takes this complicated biology term and suddenly makes it feel simple, mechanical, and most importantly, something you can fix. Okay, so they've set the stage, right? The problem is clear. Your engines are running low. And just like that, the story pivots right into the solution. I mean, if low levels are the problem, then the answer has to be a way to boost them. So let's see how they say they do it. And their solution really boils down to this one number: 6. Just by focusing on that, they're sending a message. This isn't just one ingredient. It's a special blend, a whole team of ingredients designed to work together. And here they are, the 6, quote, exotic nutrients and plants. What's fascinating to me is just how consistent the message is. You look at maki berry, what's the claim? Promotes mitochondria. Rhodiola, same thing, promotes mitochondria. You see the pattern, right? It's just relentless repetition. It's designed to hammer home one single idea. Every single thing in this bottle is laser focused on fixing that one problem they told you about. Then they move on to this. This is where they start knocking down all the little worries you might have before they even pop into your head. Is it natural? Does it have stimulants? Is it addictive? By listing all these qualities, they're not just describing the product. They're systematically taking apart any reason you might have to hesitate. Okay, so we've got the promise and we've got the solution. But look, claims are cheap, right? To make any of this feel real, you need proof. And this is where they bring in one of the most powerful tools in the marketing toolbox: social proof. In other words, real customer stories. First up, we see this number: 35 pounds. That's from Peggy B. And this is so important. The story isn't just about the number. It's about the feeling. They connect the 35 pounds to this incredibly powerful emotional payoff: enjoying looking in the mirror. That's what sells. Next up, we see another one: 29 pounds. This one's from Russell L. And notice how he talks about stubborn pounds. That's a huge pain point for so many people. And again, look, the number is directly tied to a feeling lighter and more energetic. And then comes the big one: 40 pounds. This is from Connie A., and her story connects that 40-pound number to something so relatable: having enough energy to keep up with your kids. It's not really about the weight anymore, is it? It's about getting her energy and freedom back. All right, so after they've laid out the problem, offer the solution, and hit you with all that emotional proof, the pitch moves into its final act, part 4, the offer. This is the call to action. This is where they tell you exactly what they want you to do next. So they lay out the offer in these different pricing tiers. But let's be real, your eyes are meant to go to one specific spot. See how that 6-bottle option is flagged as most popular? That's not an accident. It's a little nudge playing on our instinct to follow the crowd. It basically suggests that the smart choice, the one everyone else is making, is the biggest package. And just in case that little nudge wasn't enough, they hit you with this chart. A whopping 96% of customers are apparently choosing the 6-bottle option. That visual makes the decision feel like a no-brainer, right? I mean, who wants to be in that tiny 4%?
Now, to really push you over the line and get you to pick one of the bigger packages, they sweeten the pot with bonuses. They throw in these free guides, which instantly makes the whole deal seem more valuable. It makes that big package feel like an even better bargain. Okay, now for any last-second doubts you might still have, they roll out the guarantee. And just listen to the words they use here. It's not just, if you're not satisfied. It's if you're not astonished, shocked. I mean, that's such emotional, over-the-top language. It sets this ridiculously high bar, which, funnily enough, makes the guarantee feel even more rock-solid.
And this all leads to the final and maybe the most critical piece of the entire pitch. It's called risk reversal. That 90-day, 100% money-back guarantee, its entire job is to erase every last ounce of hesitation you have. They're basically saying you have nothing to lose. The financial risk is completely taken off the table.
So there you have it, the entire playbook. From a shocking discovery to a super simple solution, then emotional stories, and finally a totally risk-free offer. Every single step is perfectly engineered to lead you to one conclusion. By making the whole thing seem like there's zero downside, the pitch pretty much forces you to ask yourself, well, with nothing to lose, why wouldn't I try it? But the real question for you is, now that you see the blueprint so clearly, how often are you going to see it everywhere else?